hey, welcome back to another episode of Open Shutter, another Monday edition. I have the pleasure of welcoming Matt to the program. You may know him as Prevalent Focus on Instagram, and if you don't, go check out his handle. Actually met Matt a few weeks ago at a Fashion Forward event, and just thought that he just had so much energy that day and so much enthusiasm. Like, man, you'd be really good on the podcast, and you know your stuff. So huge thanks to Matt for taking the time. And if this is your first time jumping on, or you're coming from Matt's side or whatever, just try to do the show as much as possible and just try to bring on different creators and talk about what we do and how we do it and where we want to take it and all that kind of good stuff. So, yeah, man, thanks. I don't want to take too much of your time. So maybe for the people that don't know who you are, a quick intro about yourself.
Okay. As you already mentioned, my name is Matt Reid. I'm Prevalent Focus on all social media handles. I'm a photographer here in Toronto and around the GTA. I shoot lifestyle, weddings, events, fashion. I definitely have like a forte in doing portraits and fashion photography. Getting into video a little bit there, but yeah, that's who I am. I'm the guy that you call for all the photos.
Yeah, like you're good. Like you have, you kind of have your hands into like different niches. Like, do you have like a favorite niche?
I think portraits. Portraits. Yeah, I think that like as much as I like events, I feel like portraits and like developing a concept in fashion is something that you can actually like plan out a little bit more. So you get to express that creative freedom with it more than just going to an event and shooting a birthday or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have more control. Cool, man. How'd you get into this whole thing in like the first place?
So I think it was like 2019. Where I really
recent.
Yeah, pretty recent. My brother used me as like a second shooter for his wedding photography. Exactly. So he's a wedding photographer, hardcore. So he brought me on, kind of taught me the ways, taught me like the primary principles of using the camera on manual and whatnot. So after that, and getting that experience, I just kind of decided that I was gonna branch off a little bit and go my own way. And that started off with just like meeting people at meetups, like photographer and model meetups, and then shooting a couple photos, and then developing the skills. And now it's a lot more. Now it's actually like a ways and means of getting by.
Interesting. So you just kind of like dove like head first into it.
Well, I am a nurse as well. So so I did it kind of like a part-time deal where I was kind of working the nursing job and then doing photography on the side. But then the income of the photography started like supplementing the nursing. So it actually allowed more freedom to go that way. And I think that was a blessing, but especially during the COVID times when nursing was like really in demand, I was definitely there, but it was definitely more stress there. So I was using photography as the outlet, and then the outlet actually turned into being the main substantial income breadwinner thing.
Yeah. So you've left nursing altogether?
No, I still have my license. And I'm on call, but for the most part, I'm taking so many gigs doing photography or videography that I don't necessarily need to accept those on-call shifts and whatnot.
Oh yeah. Wow, man. What a story.
Yeah. It's worked out. Wow. I mean, like I feel like it's a blessing, but I feel like it's still like as you said, like the feeling of I guess diving in head first.
Yeah.
I feel like as soon as I realized that photography was where I wanted to go, I just like tunnel vision was like, all right, let me research how I'm gonna make an income with this and who's gonna be my target market and things like that. So
before you went in with your brother, you never picked up a camera before?
I mean, I actually have my very first camera. My mom got it for me. Hold on. So this was like my first camera. My mom bought it from Walmart back in the day.
Love it.
And yeah, so that was like my very first time with the camera. But I kind of just like put that one down. And it was kind of just like a hobby that I wasn't really taking too seriously. But
that's when how it starts, though. Yeah, that's how it starts. Yeah, exactly. Just like it's around.
I'll play with it a little bit.
The camera, play around, and then you never know like what can happen, right?
For sure.
It's interesting.
What about you? How did you get started?
I got started like I don't know. I honestly probably got started like 10 years ago.
Okay.
Because I just took my camera to like on vacations and things like that. But it wasn't until like kind of like yourself where I started to join meetups and stuff where I kind of like just got more interested because like whenever you're surrounded by like-minded people, I don't know, it just helps with like
The
understanding,
motivation.
being able to like ask questions because
Yeah.
starting with photography, I think it's important to be in like a good environment because if you're not in a good environment, then you're not going to learn as much, and it may even become like a negative experience, and you may not even like just not even pick up the camera again.
Yeah, for sure.
For me, it's like I was able to kind of like just go to these meetups every week and like play around and meet people. And I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. And then people started to say, oh, your photos are cool.
Yeah, that's
From
it.
there, you just like from there, it's just like you just kind of have to keep going, right? Like it's like there's really no magic bullet to really anything creative. I think really like the important thing is like you just have to keep going and be disciplined because I keep saying this every week on this show, but like it's just like it's so easy not to do it.
Yeah, for sure,
Because
for sure.
job and you're not getting paid and no one's looking and no one's watching and no one really cares. Like, okay. So if you're
Yeah.
able to like do it like consistently,
Yeah.
happen.
There you
That's
go. That's it.
like yourself,
That's
right?
it. Yeah,
Happen.
yeah.
So
That's it.
you just
That's
gotta. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people quit, right? A lot of people pick it up and they quit or they come back, and then because I think people want that validation, right? Like people, like whenever people start, I think people just want. I don't know. They just want that validation on social media, right? So,
yeah.
yeah,
That's touchy. I feel like
very touchy.
I feel like Instagram and the like system that it's there is like you're at the mercy of it kind of. So
You
you
are,
don't
yeah,
really
you are.
you don't really know if your post is even going to be viewed by people. You know what I mean?
What I mean,
So
yeah,
if you're there struggling looking for likes when people not now you can actually, if you're on the like business side or creator side, you can see
sure,
just how many people are looking versus how many
sure,
people liked your photo. But even
yeah,
before, if you posted, you had no idea of knowing like why people weren't liking your stuff, but maybe nobody
yeah.
saw it. You know what I mean? Maybe
I know.
Instagram was like, oh, I'm not going to show your photo. You know what I mean? For
You
whatever
have no
reason.
control. Yeah, you have no control
Exactly.
over it, right? Like you need to. I mean, really, I think the power of Instagram, I think, is just being able to like connect with people, especially like in Toronto, where there's so many photographers. There's so many photographers in
Yes.
Toronto,
Hmm.
like it's insane. So I think the real power is being able to like connect and like actually talk to people
For
because
free.
whenever you put
For
a you put a you put a face behind the handle, it just becomes different. Like it's no longer an account;
absolutely.
it becomes like a person.
Absolutely. It's a
It
whole
just
brand in
becomes
itself.
yeah, it just becomes like a
Yeah.
brand. Like I mean, yeah, it just I don't know. It just you just gotta keep going and just see where it goes. And people want to keep it a hobby, which is fine, and people want to make it into something else, which is cool. And I mean,
Hmm.
it's a big world out there. I think everyone can have their own kind of place in it,
Yeah.
like
How do you feel?
however you want it to be.
You were talking about like with photography, like using social media as like the platform of which you show your stuff on, right? There's a
Yeah,
lot of platforms as well, but
yeah,
I feel like my biggest gratification is actually when I'm in the room with the person that I'm shooting and
yeah,
showing them the back of my camera.
yeah.
You
And
know
they
what I
get the
mean?
wow, and they get
And
the
they're like,
wow,
"Oh
the
my
wow.
gosh, yeah, yeah." You
Yeah,
know
I
what I
get the
mean?
wow. It's like that's a good sign, man. You're doing
There
something
you
right.
go. Yeah, yeah. So I actually feel like that hits harder for me because I'm like, yeah,
You
I
got
ain't
it.
even have to go
You got
edit
it.
it yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
it's just hey man, whenever you get that wow feeling from the person and say, okay, that's cool, that's cool. Yeah, it's a
yeah.
great feeling, right? It's a good feeling because I mean, it just
So,
like I don't know, you feel good. The other person feels good. It's a positive experience.
hmm. For sure, for sure.
And it could be just so simple like that.
Yeah,
Just like a moment between two people.
exactly.
You
Because like
know.
when you're shooting events, you can't really do that. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah,
can
because
show
it's an
somebody
event.
a photo here and there, but
Mm,
it's not like you can
yeah,
actually do it like a one-on-one session when you're shooting somebody and you just flip your camera around. That's
it doesn't really
that's
work
like
that way. Eh?
yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't work
no,
that way.
yeah.
That's cool.
How do you get clients, man? Like, just curious. Like, is it more like word of mouth or
I would say 80% of it is word of mouth, and
yeah,
then the other 20% I get some sort of like inquiries through. It's
yeah,
weird because it's all through social media. So
yeah,
I guess it's still word of mouth, but it's usually like, hey, this person told me to message you because you do this, right? You did a
right,
really great job for me, blah 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 blah, right?
right,
But I'm not sure if they're looking at my profile. Some people look at my profile and say like, oh, I really love your work. can we
Yeah.
work together, right?
Yeah.
And then it goes from there. So I guess I'd say
Okay.
it's about like 80-20, 80-20
Okay.
um,
Okay.
word of
Are
mouth,
you
and
like are
then
you like not cold calling, but like cold messaging people on like on social? Say,
not.
hey,
I mean, okay, so I guess maybe if there's like a person that I really want to work with, right?
yeah.
But my goal is to be B2B, not B2C, right?
Okay.
So I'm
Right.
definitely making proposals and
Yeah.
sending those to businesses,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
as
Got it.
opposed to sending
Yeah.
them to people. Because
Got it.
I mean, like one person can only pay you so much, but then a business, when you say like
Business got a budget.
yes, exactly.
Got some
That budget is
dollars.
definitely there for you especially when it comes to photography. Because people
Yeah.
nowadays they got their cell phones and stuff like that. So if you're asking that one person to pay you a bigger
Yeah.
thing for
Yeah.
it, it's
Yeah.
hard because
It's a
they're
tough.
like,
It's
wait, I
tough.
got my
It's like
phone.
I got my phone. I can do it myself. It's like
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
it's
exactly.
tough. It's a tough conversation, right?
Yeah, yeah. Why should I hire
Why should I
you
pay you when I can just do it
to do it
myself? But
myself?
that is
Exactly.
just like,
Yeah.
yeah, we
That's a
could,
struggle.
but do you want
Yo,
do you want the Ford Focus or do you want like the Lexus? Like it
there
does
you
the
go.
same thing, just one looks better,
Absolutely.
you know?
I, I feel like one of the things that I actually struggled with in the beginning was especially when I'm talking to like any kind of corporate person. It's
Yeah.
why should we hire you over hiring the next guy, the other photographer, right?
Yeah, yeah. And
So
what do you say there?
I usually list it in like in a way that shows that I take care and quality of the product that I give to that client specifically. So say
Yeah.
you say you're throwing an event for a fundraiser. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try and make sure that when I give you my proposal, I'm showing you that I'm gonna take care to make sure that this fundraiser's mission is shown within my work. So you can
Yeah.
actually see all of that versus the other guy's just going to come there and just take some photos. He's going to take some photos of some people laughing. He's going to take some photos
Yeah.
of like maybe the sign that you got up.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna make sure that I make like a maybe even a video clip of you
Yeah.
handing off the award, what it means to be a part of this is this is this. I'm gonna get people's testimonials as well.
Okay.
So
Okay.
those
Okay.
certain things set me apart from the other
Mm.
photographer or videographer. So
So
so yeah,
you're really getting like the experience of it,
the experience,
the
yeah, from
essence of
beginning
it.
to end. Yeah, it's almost like a documentary for every
Mm.
client. So yeah, I think
I
that's what
like
sets
that.
me
That's
apart.
good. That's a good pitch, man.
Yeah.
That's a good pitch.
Yeah.
Because some people are lazy, right? They won't do that.
Nope. That's right.
No, that's a good pitch, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's tough, right? It's like how do you separate? I'm just talking like in general, like how do we separate ourselves? And that's a good way to like brand yourself. Where I'm getting like the experience of it, not just the event, like the experience. Like, what is this? Like, what am I walking into? You know?
Yes, absolutely.
Wow, man,
So
that's good.
so
So, like,
that's
are you
my
out there?
pitch. I mean,
Yeah,
that's what I
you gotta. Yeah, man, you gotta hustle,
do.
right? You gotta
Yeah,
like
for sure.
no one's like knocking on the door. No one's hey. It's like
Yep. That's what
gotta,
you said about like some photographers that like pick it up and then drop it, right? I feel like
a lot of people do
with
that. Yeah, a lot of people.
yeah, a lot of
A lot
people
of
do.
people. A lot
I
of
feel
people
like
do.
that's just because like nobody's yelling at you to do photography. You know what
That's
I
what I
mean? Like,
mean. Like when
uh,
when it's not your job, when you're just doing it, like it's just so easy
you're
not to
just
do
doing
it.
it.
Like, it's just
Exactly.
you need to have like a discipline to it. Like
Yeah.
people say be motivated or be inspired. It's like those things come and go. But if you have a discipline of like I need to shoot 3 days a week, I need to
Amen.
take 500 photos whatever a week every whatever your goal is that you have to hit that
Yeah.
that you can hit, and not just some crazy number.
Hmm.
Then it just becomes then you don't even think about it. Then you just walk around with your camera and you don't even like realize that you're doing that because that's what you do, right?
It's the
So
discipline. Yeah, you're right. You're
it's a
right. You're right.
discipline. Like it's just I don't know. People say, "Oh, just get motivated or get inspired." It's like, well,
Yeah, that
those
is
things come and
fleeting.
go
Yeah, it
very
does come and
easily,
go. You're right. You're right.
very easily. So I
And
mean,
if you only do things when you feel like it, then you're not gonna get a lot done.
that's what
You gotta
separates people, man. When if
exactly.
that's what separates people. Like like I mean, people want to people want to shoot weddings or whatever. It's like I don't think people realize how much work weddings are.
Hmm.
They
It's
think
true.
it's just a glorified, in like a glorified invitation to shoot someone's day. It's like, well,
Yeah, but there's
A
pressure.
16-hour day.
Yep. 16-hour day. You gotta have a shot list of everything that you're gonna shoot
Crazy.
because you don't want to forget something. You don't want to forget
No, I know.
to shoot a
You
photo of
can't
somebody's
you can't
aunt.
recreate
You
it.
know,
You can't
you know what
recreate it.
I
It's
mean?
gone. Like, you miss the kiss. That's over. You're gonna be
That's it.
fine.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a good day for you. But
Or that family member that flew in and you didn't get no
tough,
photos of
man.
them.
Tough. Like this.
Man,
That stuff ruins people. It's
yeah,
ruins. It
for
makes
sure.
people sell their stuff. Like.
Yeah,
Can I show your IG? Maybe you can pick up a couple photos that you like personally.
sure.
Yeah. Cool. Everyone, go check out Matt Prevalent Focus here.
I'm
A
trying
lot
to
of
get
good
my
stuff here,
arms
man.
together.
Like, I'm not sure. Like, there's a lot of good stuff. I like it a
Thank
lot.
you. There you go.
It's from the event, yeah.
Yeah, that first and third post right there is from the event that we actually met
Yeah.
at. It's cool. She is
Love
super
that.
talented, man.
She is.
Yeah, I was actually super surprised. Like,
Yeah.
I did meet her once before.
Yeah.
There was a model workshop, and I actually met her parents and her
Yeah.
as well there, where she was learning how to walk and for the
Right.
runway, and
Yeah.
and taking some photos as well. And like all the shots came out amazing. I was like,
Nice. I
oh,
like how you used like the drape there as a little bit
yeah,
of diffuser, eh? Nice.
absolutely.
I like that. It's cool, bro.
Mm-hmm. This was around Dundas Square.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we actually took a trip down there on an evening. It was actually it wasn't just Louisiana. There was a couple people there as well.
Yeah.
So I was honestly the behind the scenes guy. I was
Were you?
running across the street, yeah, because it was another main photographer there. His name's Piero,
Okay.
another amazing photographer. So he had kind of like organized the day, given us like the concept of exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So while he was shooting, I was just like, hey, you know what? Since I'm tagging along, let me run across the street and take my 70 to 200 and get some like
Okay.
really far away shots
Yeah.
that show just kind of like the atmosphere of them modeling. You know what I mean?
I
So
like it.
it makes it look like they're a celebrity. They're getting shots taken of them as they're just
Yeah.
kind of in
It's like
motion. You know
it's
what I
almost
mean?
like paparazzi stuff.
That's exactly, and that was the vibe I was going for. You know what I mean? So
Like Madison
yeah.
McConnell, paparazzi vibes. Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
And the reply to that is definitely like, yeah, that was the goal. Like, yeah.
That's
Oh
great,
man.
man.
Yep.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's cool.
Yep.
Oh, I like that.
As I said, like I was on the other side.
Yeah.
They barely knew where I was because there was other people walking by me as well. And I was so far away. It wasn't like I could be like, hey, look at me over here. Nope. They couldn't hear me. Downtown Toronto. Too much
No,
noise.
I can't. Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool.
Dope. Oh, I like that. 3, that's
Mm-hmm.
cool. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Yeah, a lot of good stuff here, bro. Like a lot of there's some behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. So that was a session that we actually did. It was more so for like a video reel. And I think if
Okay.
you could, yeah. But that was the concept was like kind of like the song Killing Me Softly
Oh,
in the
yeah.
background as she's like singing it or whatever. But I shot photos to show the emotion for that session.
No, cool.
So yeah. That's not even completed yet. You haven't seen it on my post yet. Like I'm still
You
working on
haven't
those
posted it
photos.
yet?
No, I haven't
You're
posted it
still
yet.
working on it?
Still working on it. Still working.
What do you use to edit?
No.
What do you use to edit?
I use Capture One,
Okay.
Capture One and Photoshop, but
Okay.
Capture One as opposed to Lightroom because Capture One is just one-time thing. Don't gotta pay like some ongoing subscription thing. So although I think they're gonna try and switch it, I don't think you have to right now. So
what to pay for Camera Raw?
To pay for Capture One as like a subscription. So like there's gonna be
Oh,
like a
really?
monthly thing. I heard some rumor about that, but I'm not exactly sure. So
Oh, Adobe.
Yeah. Adobe likes to do that.
Yeah, Adobe likes to take everyone's money.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
So that's the growth. You go down these photos,
right.
and I'm like,
Like,
I haven't seen them in a while, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Have you kept every single photo that you've taken on here?
On there? No.
Have you taken anything down?
I've archived a few. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like if you go to the start, like if you go to the very beginning.
The very begin. That was okay. So yeah. No. That's actually the beginning.
This
So
photo here,
this girl right here is
November
Samantha.
4th, 2019.
Yeah. There you go. See what I mean? So that was
Yeah.
literally one of my first shoots that I did. After obviously doing the principles with Ben. So I was hella nervous this day. I
Were you?
remember how nervous I was. Yeah, because I was like, I've never been on a one-on-one shoot with somebody, and now
Yeah.
they're expecting me to.
Yeah.
There's like an expectation from like models that you're gonna know what you're doing and you're gonna
Mm-hmm,
hit every
mm-hmm.
shot. And when you show that camera, it's gonna make sense.
You
But like
just frame
sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes
it
it's too
does.
dark. Sometimes it's overexposed and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I was happy that that shoot actually came out the way it did.
Yeah,
But yeah,
man. It's like sometimes, oh, please let there be something good here. Please let there be something
yeah.
good.
Oh man.
So this is your
Yeah.
first shoot, man. Oh, cool, man.
That
Cool,
that
bro.
was my first portrait shoot. Yeah.
Have you worked with her since?
She actually moved, so
Okay.
no. I haven't
Yeah,
actually got
all
a
right.
chance to work with her, but we still talk though, so it's all good. And
Yeah, yeah.
the next one was a ballerina.
Okay.
She,
Nice.
and I think I actually met these people through Facebook. So
Okay.
the funny story is that like um, I was like, how do I just start shooting people? You know what I mean? Like I thought it would be kind of weird for me to go on Instagram and just message girls
Yeah.
that are models and be like, hey, I'm a photographer. I don't have anything to show you that I'm a photographer, but hey, come shoot with me. That just sounds real creepy to me. So I was like,
It
let me
sounds
go on
totally
face.
legit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds totally
so
legit to me.
so I went on to Facebook and found a group that was like Toronto
Ah,
models and photographers or whatever. So at least I
yeah.
could find like those people that were looking for photographers
Yes.
to
Yes.
shoot them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that
That's a
was
good point for people, yeah, to like do it that route.
yeah. Definitely try to like
Yeah.
narrow down who's looking for you, and then
Yeah.
maybe you can actually get
Supply and
more
demand,
clients.
right?
Yes,
Supply and
exactly.
demand. Yeah, supply and demand. 100%.
hmm yeah,
Or November 5th, so the next day, November 5th, 2019. All right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So like how would you characterize your style? Like would you
Um,
characterize your style in a way?
I would, yeah. I
Yeah.
think I have bold colors,
Yeah.
but I'm definitely trying to like, I guess, pair them. I guess so.
Mm,
Out, not in editing do I try and make sure that the colors are going together, but
okay.
actually in the natural when I'm looking to shoot somebody in the forest, I want them to be
Okay.
having like dark greens or like a dark red or something like that that actually like or something that's
Like
um
this.
toned towards each other. Exactly. You know what I mean? So that we're
Is this
so it works. So it
is this
works.
the same phone booth from Vision Room?
This
No,
is
it's
no,
joking.
it's not the same. It's
How many
yeah.
phone booths are there?
It's a cool vibe, you know what I mean? But the one that was at the one that we went to was
Yeah.
in a really dark room. It was really hard to light it because the
Yeah,
whole
it's
room
hard,
was
right?
black.
It's a
Yeah,
tough one. It's a tough room.
uh,
But everyone was in there though.
yeah,
There
yeah.
was one point where everybody was in this room. Like, what happened to
I
the
was like,
schedule?
yeah, for real, for real. And I was walking around to see like, because I was mainly there to kind of like support. You know what I mean? I wanted to be there if there was a model walking
Yeah,
around that didn't have a photographer or something like that. But I didn't see
yeah,
that around. I just found like some of the rooms were empty at some points, but they did
yeah,
have some sort of like project shoot that they were working on. So I think
yeah.
that's what pulled a lot of the traffic out of those
Got
rooms.
it. Got
So
it.
that's what happened there.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, I love that
Cool
shot
shot.
too. That was a cool shot. I'm
Yeah.
definitely a fan of always using like light to shoot. And this was one
Yeah.
of the times that I actually used like an LED, like a constant light, as opposed to like a strobe.
Yeah.
So I think you can see it in the glass. It's actually at the top of the photo. I had like a big softbox there, and it was
Yeah.
just like an LED,
Yeah.
and then it worked out that I could actually see the lamp, and the light on the models was still like properly
Yeah.
illuminated evenly. So it was good.
Yeah. I'm just reading the comment. Love the vintage feel of this one. Yeah, there is like a vintage feel. Not so much film, but more of like just on old school, like
Y-
retro.
yeah. I like that whenever I'm trying to show like I feel like whenever you make an image that's showing more of like a mood, I feel
Yeah.
like those vintage film styles is definitely more easier to tell a story
Yeah.
with rather than just like straight on true to
Mm-hmm.
color images.
100%. Hundred
Uh,
percent. How do you get models to like work for you? Like it was like if something's not happening, like do you have a way to like talk to them to maybe they're not comfortable or maybe they're nervous? Like do you have like any like advice for people out there to like kind of get over that?
as sorry for making the models comfortable or making
Yeah, like
yourself
if they're not
comfortable.
comfortable or if they're nervous or if they're not just doing if it's not happening, like the shot that you had in mind.
Well, okay, I'll say this.
Yeah.
So every time I have a shoot, I know I need time to warm up, just like the
Yeah.
model needs time to warm up. So
Okay.
don't aim to shoot the the banger of a photo that you had in mind
Yeah.
from when you were talking to them as the
Yeah.
first shot at the
Yeah.
beginning of the day, because
Yeah.
like the model's gonna still be stiff and you're still gonna
Mm,
be stiff. You're still gonna be
mm,
looking for your angles and whatnot that you want to shoot this model at. So book that or that time and let the model know, hey yo, you know what? Like we're
yeah.
just starting out, so I need time to warm up. I'm sure you need some time to warm up. So let's together work on this or whatever. You know what I mean? And I'm a goofball. Like as you see me at the event, like I can just kind
Yeah.
of I don't know, be myself or whatever. And I feel
Well,
like everybody feels that and vibes
yeah.
off of that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I
being
think
yourself
so.
is a huge thing. So
Yeah, totally being yourself is huge. And I think just being able to like just have fun and laugh instead of being so rigid. Like if
yes,
people are able to laugh, then this
then
creates
that's
more of like a
it.
fun environment, Like
Yeah. Definitely
this,
not talking. Like you can't be stonewall like while your model's in
yeah,
front of you. You definitely got to be giving feedback because then she's
yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
like, she or he is gonna be wondering like, am I doing okay? You know what I mean? So
yeah. Yeah,
that's
no, it's yeah, because I've had other people want to talk about like how to work with models and vice versa, and it's a similar thing. Just like be yourself and just have like open dialogue with the person, and
yeah, exactly.
especially
As
when
much
people
as
are like new and stuff, right? But
yeah, as much as we are professional, we're still like people. So I feel like
yeah, we're all
any
people,
kind of
right?
like awkward silence is just gonna be
Yeah,
weird. Yeah. So
yeah, yeah. It's a weird
yeah,
vibe to it, right?
yeah,
Yeah, that's a good point, man. I like that. I like that warm up. It's very, very important. Simple,
hmm
but I think effective, right?
yeah, for sure.
Love it.
Well, I can tell you, and none of the shots that are on my Instagram are the first shots that I took in the day.
No,
Absolutely
never
none.
the first shot.
Never. Yeah.
So like how long do you like typically edit your photos? Like do you spend like a long time on them?
Um, no. I mean, like depends on. Okay, I'll tell you that when I first started, every person that I shot, I gave them 100 edits. But that
Oh
was
yeah.
not a good thing. You don't have to give them that
100
many
edits.
edits. 100 edits is a lot. 100 edits is a lot. But I
Yeah.
was trying to make sure that I could improve as fast as possible, right?
Yeah.
So on those edits, I was like, does this look right? Then I would like send it to my phone to see how it looked, and then I would like try to edit on my computer, and then send it back to my phone to see all that. So like those days are now over. I don't have to do that so much.
Yeah.
Definitely have a calibrated monitor now and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I would say that I take about 3 minutes on every photo, but I
Okay.
definitely have an idea of what I'm gonna do with the photo when I'm taking it from the moment I take it.
Yeah,
So
you have the idea like in your head before, right?
yeah. But it takes time to develop that. And if you don't got that yet, then it's okay. It's like it's just keep going. Just keep going with it.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah,
Practice, right? Practice, practice, practice.
exactly.
Oh, that's good, man. Like 100, like 100 edits. Wow, that's a lot. But that's cool.
100 edits is crazy. I look back at myself and I was like, man, because I was like, honestly, if I had a day off work and I wasn't shooting somebody, I would edit
Yeah.
for the day for that
Yeah.
one person for like a good 7, 8 hours. I'm looking at their photos. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And
And
then
I'm
you get
not.
cross-eyed and say, I can't look at this anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a funny thing, because I felt like sometimes if you work on somebody's images for too long and then you go away from your computer and you come back, it's like some of the work you'll be like, what was I doing here? Like
Yeah,
why
all the
why
time.
did I do this? You know
All
what
the
I mean?
time. Take a break. walk
Yeah,
away.
exactly.
Happens all the
Exactly.
time. It's a
So
good advice in life. It's just if you're on something for a long period of time, just walk away because
yeah, your perspective gets
typically,
kind of skewed.
yeah, you just kind of get locked into the thing. It's like you don't even see the thing that you're looking at. You're just like working on it. It's like, why did I
Yeah,
do that? I don't
yeah,
know.
for sure, for sure.
But yeah, man. I mean, I think we're up against a half hour, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. So thanks again for doing this.
Yep.
Maybe you want to leave off with maybe what's the best advice you've ever had as a photographer?
Mm. Don't try to copy anybody else. Just be yourself.
Oh, that's
Uh,
good. I like that.
find your own style. Copying anybody else, you're just gonna kind of, I don't know, end up disappointing yourself because everybody else is different. So trying to be somebody else doesn't really make sense. Just find what you like
Yeah,
and go with that.
I like
That's
that
it.
one. That's really
Yeah.
good, bro.
All right, man.
Best way for people to contact you for any of your business needs is through your IG, or do you have other ways to be contacted?
IG or my website, prevalentfocus.com is always
Okay.
open. You can definitely
Okay.
send a message through there. And yeah, I'm
Okay.
always available.
So
All right,
if you
man.
have any photography needs, BTS or just dope stuff,
There you go.
contact Matt.
You know where to go. You know where to go.
You know
All
where
right,
to
brother.
go. Cool, man. Thanks everyone for watching, listening, and thanks again, Matt. And we'll see you next time.
Okay. Peace.
Peace.